In this video, we are going to discuss the other special cases of calculating arithmetic mean. In the previous video, we learnt when the special cases when cumulative frequency was given and when the inclusive series was given and the open-ended classes were given. Also, we learnt how to find a missing size or a frequency when the mean is given. Here we will discuss the fifth method, correcting the incorrect value. See, sometimes what happens is while calculating the averages or while taking down the data, we might have taken some wrong reading. But when we know that this is wrong and when we identify the correct values, then how do we calculate the correct average? So you don't have to sit down and calculate the whole thing or begin with the whole thing. Instead, we can correct the average that we had calculated. Let us understand this with the help of an example. The average wage of a group of 50 workers was calculated as rupees 40. Later on, it was discovered that the wages of two workers was mistakenly taken down as 23 and 24 rupees instead of 32 and 42 rupees. Now calculate the correct average wage. Okay, so now what we are going to do over here is step 1, obtain the sum of all observations, which is given by sigma x. How do we obtain the sum of all observations? We know by direct method that sum of all observations is equal to, or mean is equal to, sum of observations by number of observations. Okay, so here sum would be equal to number of observations into the mean. So that is just cross multiplication. So from the sum, we will subtract the incorrect value and add the correct value to it. Okay, so this would give us the correct sum of the observations. Now we will use this sum to find out the correct mean. Let us try to solve this problem. We will first find out what is sigma x. That is the mean of the numbers. So what is the formula to find mean? Mean would be equal to sigma x, that is sum of all the observations divided by the number of observations. We know that this mean was calculated wrongly as 40. So we will put those values over here. 40 is equal to, what is sigma x? We don't know. That is what we are going to find out. Divided by n. So how many workers? 50 workers. So let's write down 50 over here. So now this sigma x would be given by mean into number of observations. So that will be 40 into 50. Okay, so this will be equal to 2000. Correct, no? 5 4s are 20 and 2 zeros. 2000. So this is the incorrect value. This is the incorrect mean. Incorrect sigma x. Okay, so now let's calculate the correct sigma x. So correct sigma x would be given by the incorrect value, that is incorrect sigma x minus the incorrect values. We are given two incorrect values that was taken by mistake, maybe they were taken down as wrong, plus we will add the correct values. So in step 2 we wrote subtract the incorrect values and add correct value. Okay, so now here incorrect sigma x we found out to be 2000 minus, what is the incorrect value? There are two values, so we will add them, 23 plus 24 plus the correct values. Again we have two values, so we will put them in bracket again, 32 plus 42. So now this will become 2000 minus, this is 47 plus this becomes 74. Okay, so this will be equal to, the sum will be equal to 2027, because you have to subtract 47, so it becomes 2027. Now what is the correct mean? So correct mean would be equal to the correct sigma x divided by n. Okay, so what is the correct sigma x? 2027. 2027. And to make it more clear, let us write it like this: 2027 divided by 50. 50 is the number of observations. So this will give us roughly around 40.5. Okay, So rupee is 40 point, to be more precise, 40.54. So that is our new or corrected mean. Let's now look into the other condition. Now let us understand the other condition, combined arithmetic mean. That means when a number of means are given, you combine all these and find a single mean. Okay, so when we know means of two or more groups, so combined mean would be equal to n1 x1, that is number of observations into mean plus number of observations into mean and so on, divided by total number of observations. Let's understand this with the help of an example. If 8 students average 100 kgs in weight and 12 students average 90 kgs, find the combined average weight of all the 20 students. Okay, we know the formula how to calculate. So let's write down the combined average x bar 1 and 2. Why we are writing 1 and 2 is because we are given two sets, one for 8 students and one for 12 students. So this would be equal to n1 x bar 1 plus n2 into x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. What are given to us? Let us write down given over here. Given n1 is equal to 8 students. Number of students is 8 and n2 is 12 students. Okay. And then we are also given the average weight, which is x1 bar equal to 100 kgs. For 8 students it is 100 kgs. And x2 bar for 12 students, what is the average? 90. Now let's put these values over here to find out the combined mean. So x bar 1, 2 or combined mean is equal to n1 is 8, 8 into x1 is 100 plus n2 is 12 into x2 is 90 divided by n1 8 plus n2 is 12. Okay, so this would give us 800 plus 12 into 90, 1080 divided by 8 plus 12 is 20. So this would be equal to 1880 divided by, add all this and this divided by 20. So that would give us 94, isn't it? 94. So the combined average is equal to 94 kg. So this is our average. Okay. The last condition is weighted arithmetic mean. Generally, arithmetic mean gives us equal weightage to all items of the series because it is equally distributed. But when items are not of equal weightage, then we use weighted arithmetic mean. That is, weights are assigned to different items according to their relative importance. So this weighted arithmetic mean would be given by, this weighted arithmetic mean is represented by x bar with w, which is equal to the sum of the weights into the observation divided by the sum of all the weights. Okay, where xw bar is equal to weighted arithmetic mean and sigma wx is equal to total product of items and weights. This is the same thing. Only thing is here the weightage is given. So we are multiplying weightage with x. And then sigma w is equal to the total weights. There we found n or sigma x. Here we are finding delta or sigma w. Okay, that is a sum of all the weights. Now let's look into an example. Here, calculate the weighted arithmetic mean for the given data. Now we are given books and the prices of the books and the number of books sold. If let us say the price of the books is the same, one condition. Second condition, if the number of books sold is the same, then it would be nothing but the average mean. But here the price is also different and number of books sold is also different, isn't it? So we will now try to find out how to find the arithmetic mean. Now here number of books sold is given to us and this will be called as W because this is the weightage given. What is the weightage given? The weightage given is number of books sold because it is different for each book. Then price per book is given to us. So this we will call as X. Okay, this we will call X and the number of books or copies sold would be represented by W. Now what is the thing that we need to calculate? Wx. So we will multiply W and X. So 20 into 40 gives us 800. Then we have 30 into 25, 750. 12 into 15, 180. 13 into 25, 325. Then 10 into 25, 250. Okay. Now the requirement is x w bar is equal to sigma wx divided by sigma w. What is sigma wx? We have to find out. Sigma wx is equal to, add all this and we will get 2305. Okay. And we also need sigma w. So sigma w also we have to calculate. Sigma w is equal to 100. Isn't it? 25, 25, 50, 50, 100. Okay. So now we'll put these values over here. Sigma wx is 2305 divided by this 100. So it will be 23.50. Okay. Since money cannot be, or average cannot be it will be 0.05, not 50. It will be 0.05. So you can divide and check. If we extend the discussion to, let us say the W, now the number of books sold is the same. Okay, so let us make it 10 books each were sold. This is another condition. We are extending to understand what happens if number of books sold is the same. Every subject copies are the same. Then what will happen? Then we will get a new Wx. Wx will be equal to 10 into 20, 200, and this will become 300, and this will become 150, and here 25 into 10, 250, and this will be 25 into 10, 250. So the new total sigma Wx will be equal to 1150. Okay, 1150. So the new mean would be x bar is equal to sigma Wx by sigma W equal to sigma Wx we found out 1150, but sigma W is changing here. So sigma W will be given by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times are 50. Okay, so we will divide by 50 and we will get 5 2s are 10, 11, 5 3s are 15. So 23 will be our new average price. Okay, so that is how it will be calculated when the weightages are different and when the weightages are same.